everyone, and welcome to Again Flow with Manifest Yoga Studio. So I want you to go ahead and grab a cushion or a pillow, and also maybe a scarf or a belt if you are super tight in your shoulders, just something to hold between your hands, and then join me back on your mat. So today I decided to pull some cards for you guys. This is just a general reading for people out there and people tuning into this video. And I used one of my favorite decks from John Holland, and I pulled 2 cards. And today we got the Crown Chakra card, and we also got the Truth card. And what these cards really mean is that this is a time of accelerated consciousness. So this is a time of probably immense growth for a lot of you, a lot of awakening, a lot of spiritual connection. And it's really asking you to use that crown chakra to connect and understand, and to step into that part of yourself and to understand why we are where we are and where this is leading us. And this is immense opportunity in the silence to really connect in to ourselves, to our deeper part of ourselves, but also to connect to the greater universe and to the greater good of what this is all about. And sometimes when we're really struggling, which I know a lot of you are, that it's really hard to understand why this is happening. And it's really hard to stay centered and grounded within it. So every day I just bring myself back to my meditation, because I find that's the thing that works the most for me at the moment. And to really just pull in the energy of the universe to calm me, to understand that there is a bigger picture, there's a flow to this, and to prevent myself from getting into a state of resistance about what is. I mean, we are here, we are stuck here for the time being. And it can be very frustrating. We want to push up against it. But in pushing up against it, there comes all our suffering. Then there comes all our hardship. And it's super difficult to just say, okay, I'm going to be in flow with this. I'm going to not worry about paying the rent, or not worry about paying staff, or not worry about paying myself. And these things are really, really hard. So we just keep coming back to our breath, our meditation, and we try and work into our crown chakra and just see that there's some growth in this, there's some understanding in this, and there is something in this for us. And it is not all pain and hardship. And we come back to gratitude. We're always coming back to gratitude. What am I grateful for today? And that little act of gratitude is really opening up that crown chakra, really getting us back into the truth of what is important and what we can let go of. And the minute we can let go of some resistance, you literally feel your body just soften slightly, even if it's just a tiny little bit every day. And it will just make you feel a little bit more centered, a little bit more grounded, and a little bit calmer. Okay, so now we're going to go right ahead and just get into our practice. We are going to just take our little pillow and place it to one side. Come on to our knees and take a moment here. And some of you, this is super hard, but just try and stay here for just a moment. Make your spine nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears, and then roll the shoulder blades back down the spine. Pull the belly button in slightly towards the spine. And lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And allow or imagine this beautiful white light coming in through the crown of the head, pouring down through the chakras, through the third eye and throat and heart and solar plexus and sacral, and all the way down through into your root chakra. Soften the shoulders a little bit more. Connect to your breath. Lengthen your spine a little bit more. Root down through the tailbone. Soften the muscles of your face. Just keep letting that white light pour in through your crown chakra. Let your body take a moment to lose some of the resistance. Soften. Let the shoulders drop a little bit more. Perfect. And then just gently bring your eyes to open. Take your hands onto your mat and just find yourself first of all in a nice tabletop position. So making sure that the knees are in line with the hips. And then we're going to just peel our chest down onto the floor. So we're going to reach our hands towards the top of the mat. And just allow our chest to pull down. We're going to work stronger into the shoulders today because I know we're all sitting around a lot and there's a lot of tension in the shoulders. So we're really going to just see if we can open up and release some of that tension. So we're going to peel our heart down towards the floor. And rest our forehead on the mat. And just allow yourself to breathe here. Don't hold any tension in your fingers. Keep softening the chest down. Keep allowing the shoulders to relax. We don't want to hold tension there. Keep breathing nice and steady. Just a few more breaths here. And start to lift through the head. And start to walk the hands back. Come back to sit onto your heels. Take a moment. Notice how that feels through the front line of the body. Probably quite intense for quite a lot of you because we have been sitting at home, we've been watching TV, we've been sitting at desks, and we've been kind of curling our shoulders around this way. It's also a protective stance for us. So now I've been asking you to open up the other way. This is probably going to feel quite intense, and just hang in there and just do as much as you can, but don't go too deep. Don't try and force any of these poses. So next we're going to just gently bring ourselves down onto our belly. And all of you have done these poses with me before, so we're going to bring ourselves all the way down onto our stomachs. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to just place it out. Make sure your palm is facing down and that the wrist and the shoulder are in alignment. And then just take your right hand and just place it on the floor. And then just nice and easy, you're going to roll over. And just take that right foot and place it on the mat, or on the floor behind.
Don't go too far into this, so just be easy. If you need to be a little bit further around, then do so. If you want to go a little deep, just test where you're at and just feel how tight that front line of your shoulders is. Keep your breath nice and steady here. If it helps, just keep imagining that white light coming in through the crown. We're doing 2 minutes in each of these poses, but if you feel you want longer, go ahead, maybe just write the poses down and do it in your own time, or pause the video and stay a little bit longer. Or come back to the ones that you feel you need a little bit later. It's sometimes really nice to do yin at the end of your day. Just got a few more breaths here. Beautiful, and nice and easy. Just roll back onto your belly. Take that left hand down by your side. Lay your left cheek on the mat. Take your right hand down by your side and take a moment in center. Perfect. Now we're going to go the other way. So we're going to place our right hand onto the floor. Again, you want to make this in line, so the wrist is in line with the shoulder. Palm is facing down. Take your left hand underneath your left shoulder. This time we're going to roll over this right shoulder. So we're just going to gently, nice and easy roll over. Take the left foot down. Place it on the floor behind. Don't roll too deep. And start to connect to the breath. Just a couple more breaths here. Nice and easy, roll back through center. Take a right hand down by the side, take a left hand down by the side, with your right cheek on the mat this time. And take a moment here. Allow the shoulders to go soft. Take a moment to feel the belly connecting to the floor. Notice your breath. And then when you're ready, just bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, just pushing yourself back up. You want to just go ahead and grab your cushion or pillow We'll start out on the right side. We're going to come into a half frog. So you want to place your cushion right just onto the right hand side here. And again, bring yourself back down onto your belly. Adjust your cushion just very slightly. You're going to take your left hand out on top and just bring your right knee out to the side. So you want your knee in line with your hip and then your ankle in line with your knee. So just make sure you've got this little square shape and then just roll back down so that you are on your belly. Take your hands and just place them, just cross over one another. So you create this little support structure here for your forehead. And then just settle yourself into this position, super supported, super soft. This is a beautiful one for connecting to the breath because we again have this connection of the belly down onto the floor. So we connect in and just feel the belly rise and fall and that pressure and the release and the pressure and the release as we inhale and exhale. This pose offers a super gentle release of the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle being the major muscle that connects the lower body to the upper body. So it connects from the thigh to the spine. And we really call it the seat of our emotions, so we hold a lot of our emotional tension here in the psoas muscle. So we are going to go a little bit deeper just now, but for this first few moments, we're just going to allow it to gently open. Again, just a couple more breaths here. And then we're just going to take that right leg and just take it down to the end of the mat. Take ourselves fully onto our belly. Take a moment through center. And then in your own time, starting to lift your head. Just grab that cushion. Let's just move it over to the other side. Again, setting it up where you know it needs to be. Shifting about on your mat if that's what you need to do. And again, so we're going to create this little center, bring the right hand over first, so just create that support. Then start to bring the left leg up. So again, find the alignment. You want the hip and the knee and the ankle, and creating these two little right angles here. And then again, roll yourself back down. So you're opening up into that left hip. Create your little support structure, and then start to lower your forehead down. Keep connecting that breath and the belly to the floor, and keep noticing, bringing your awareness back to that grounding process. Don't let any tension seep into your shoulders here, so don't let them crunch up and come up to your ears, and you're holding some tightness here. Just keep allowing some softness to stay here. And take our last few breaths here. And then gently take that left leg down to the end of the mat. Make sure you're rolled fully onto your belly. And just take a moment through center. Nice and easy when you're ready. Take your hands under your shoulders and just push yourself all the way back onto your heels. I want you to take this cushion, just move it a little bit more centered into the mat and a little bit further back. I want you to use this to put your knee on as we come into a crescent lunge. Okay, crescent lunge is going to get a little bit more deep into the psoas, and we're going to release a little bit more tension there. Just try and stay really still for the 2 minutes that we stay in this pose. So you're going to take your left knee and just place it onto the cushion. You can just make a little adjustment if you need it, and bring your right foot and just take it to the top of the mat. And just make sure that they're kind of pointing forwards. You're going to take your right hand onto the right knee, and then you're going to lift yourself up and place your left hand on top, and you're going to sink into this right knee, soften into this right hip. You're going to feel the pull through the left side and the left psoas. Just press your hands onto your knee, keep your body nice and upright. Stay with me for this duration of this. Probably feeling a lot of tension right now, and that's okay. Maybe this feels super tight. Maybe if you've practiced with me before, you can feel the difference between this and when you have been practicing regularly or practicing in class and not in this situation. Keep breathing deeply. Keep softening into this. Keep the body upright. So sink into the hips and keep the chest upright. You're halfway through. You got this. Stay with the breath. If it's getting a little difficult, take the breath a little deeper. Really big inhale and let it all out. Some shaking in the body is okay. It's normal. There's a lot of release going on. We have never been in this situation before, and to pretend that we are okay is not a good idea. We are not. None of us. We're doing what we can, and we're coping in the ways that we can, and that's okay. Breathe. Beautiful. And then just start to find a release. So take that left hand off, take the left hand down onto the mat, and really nice and gently just pull back. Take a moment here. No stupid straightening of this. We're not trying to get into any hamstring or anything here. We're just trying to release the hip flexor. Nice and easy, just take that right leg back We're going to swap the pillow over or the cushion over, whatever you are using. Place it onto the other side. Take the right knee onto this cushion. We're just using this to soften the pressure on our knees. And then step the left leg to the top of the mat again. So take your left hand onto your left knee first and start to lift up through the body. So get yourself settled into the position. Sink into the hip. Press the hands onto the knee. Lift the body upright. And here we go. Again, now come back to that breath. Really feel that tension there, so just start your deep breathing. And again, it's okay to feel some shaking here. And this is perfectly normal. Considering the kind of stress and pressure that everyone is under. And just a reminder that everyone is going to react differently to this. So some people's fearing, anxiety will be around getting the virus, and other people's anxiety and fear will be around their job or somebody in the family getting the virus, and other people will have a fear around food running out or not being able to get things. Some people will just feel really alone. There's no right or wrong way to feel at the moment. You just feel what you feel and acknowledge it, and that's okay. So I don't want anyone to feel like they are doing badly. You're not. Okay. You're doing, and that's enough. Keep the breath long and slow. Keep it deep. You have about 10 seconds to go. Almost there. Beautiful. Take that right hand down onto the mat and just nice and gently ease back. Take a moment. Perfect. And then you're going to just step that foot back and you find yourself back on your knees. You can prop your pillow to one side, or you might want to use it for this next pose as we come into cow face. So if you're super tight, I want you to prop yourself onto your pillow and use it. Otherwise, maybe a book or a block if you don't have a block. Whatever you need if you need to lift yourself up. So we're going to take our left leg and we're going to tuck it right underneath and bring the knee in through center. And then we're going to take the right leg over the top. Make a little adjustment. So here, if you feel like you're super tight, you just grab your pillow. And this little bit of a lift can just ease out if it feels just a little bit too tight here. Okay, so we're going to split this pose into two. We're going to do 1 minute with the arms and then we're going to release our arms down. Okay, so you want to try and find as much alignment as you can here in the knees. You try and line them up as much as you can, and you create your two little cow's ears here with your feet. So spine nice and tall. We've got our right leg over the top, or whatever one you've got over the top. The opposite hand is going to go over the top. So I've got my right leg over the top, so my right arm is going to go around underneath. We're going to create arch your arms here. Left hand is going to go over the top. I can grab my fingertips. If you cannot grab your fingertips or grab your hands, I want you to take a strap or your scarf or a belt or whatever it is you have. But we're just going to do half our time here, easing into these shoulders. Make your crown of your head lift towards the ceiling and breathe.
Stay with me. This is quite a long time to stay and arch your arms, but you can do it. And it will release so much tension from your shoulders. You're halfway there. Two more breaths. Beautiful. Now release your arms. Take your hands down towards your feet. Make your spine nice and tall. Lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Soften your breath. Beautiful. Just gently bring your eyes to open. Let's unravel the legs. Take a little shake out in front. A little bit of a wiggle, allow the blood flow to come back in, and let's wrap it over the other way. This time I'm taking my right, so you're going to do the opposite, whatever you did last time. It doesn't matter which way you did it. We're going to take and we're going to wrap over the other way. Adjust your cushion if you need to, if you want a little bit of height there. It's just sometimes nice to get a little bit of support under the tailbone in this pose, especially at the moment we're all feeling so super tired. So remember, it's always the opposite. So now I've got my left leg over, so my left arm is going to go under my right arm, and it's going to go over the top. I'm going to start out here, we're going to do half our time with our archer arms and the other half with our hands down by our sides. Lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Send the tailbone down and root it into the ground. Stay with it, you're halfway through. I know it's quite difficult to hold this, but your shoulders will feel good afterwards. We've got into shoulders and psoas in this practice. It'll be the exact places where you're really holding on tight right now. Just a couple more breaths here. Perfect, and then just release the hands down. Lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Soften your shoulders. Feels like instant release. Allow the shoulder blades just to slide down the back. Beautiful. Just bring your eyes to open. Take your legs out in front. Give them a little shake. A bit of a reset. And then come into a nice
easy cross-leg position. So if you're still on your cushion or pillow, just stay there, bring one heel in front, line up the other heel nice and tall. Place your hands onto your knees, with the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Root the tailbone down. And come back to that white light. So strongly feeling this beautiful white light coming down through the crown of the head. And feel or visualize that white light pouring down through the body, down through to the root chakra, down through to your tailbone. As if you are standing on the stage under a spotlight that is right above you. Maybe it makes your skin tingle. Lift the crown of the head slightly higher. And then take a moment here to practice gratitude. Just in your own way and your own time. I want you to think of 5 things that you are grateful for in this moment. It's just the way your body feels now, your gentle rhythm of your beating heart, the sound of your breath. Birds singing outside. Thank you so much for joining me. Stay safe. Namaste.